Hey, trader, Steve from the Stock Index Trading Room, hoping this finds you happy, healthy, and reasonably prosperous. And if you're looking for more than that, pay attention. I'm going to share in this week's teaching a super insider secret to master trader success. We're going to talk about type two. Some people in the industry call it hidden divergence. We're going to talk about type 2 divergence, and we have a new market entry system for you, and we're going to call it double T2. And I've got a lot to go over, so we're going to go. This will be recorded. I'm going to go relatively quickly through this. And obviously, if you have questions, you can always get to us. Price action repeats. And if it didn't, we would have no way to be successful. We did a drill down in our room this week. The members went wild. The why behind the how tends to make things real, and that's what we're about. We're about being real for you. In a neurological field, it's widely believed by experts that we generate around 70,000 thoughts per day. Could be more or less depending on the day and the people, obviously. But we're going to use that number because it's a number that's used by experts. Okay. Now, here's the key 90% of these thoughts are the same ones we had yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before. And this makes it impossible if you don't know the workaround, and we don't. It's impossible to experience any change, any real growth, any improvement in our trading because we're if we're not successful, and most people listen to this aren't, or you're not as successful as you want to be, we need to grow. We need to change, right? But if we drag the same thoughts in Monday as we had on Friday, we're not going to get anything any difference. And we do this for days and weeks and months and years and decades, wondering what's wrong with me. Nothing's wrong with you. Okay? Nothing's wrong with you. Now, what we do, we work on this um, at least one day a week, sometimes 2 days a week. The workaround for this, because we can show you anything and everything. And the number one or number two chat comment I get is, I see what I need to do. Why can't I make myself do it? So we can show you what we're going to show you, but if we can't apply it, it doesn't do any good. Since price action repeats, and it does because we think the same thing, winning traders think the same way, losing traders think the same way. People that know that know how to train themselves will always have the advantage. We're going to talk about type 2 or hidden divergence, and I'm going to define it because I've had tons of people come in a room and we start talking about type 2 divergence, and most people don't know what it is. So, sort of an insider secret, right? The primary advantage of type 2 hidden divergence trading is identifying strong trend continuation signals. I want me some of that. I hope you do too. These market entry signals confirm the existing trend strength and offer precise entry points. I want some of that. It is the ultimate confirmation tool showing that momentum is still aligned with a primary trend. This allowed traders to ride moves longer with better timing and better reward to risk management. Now, this statement was taken in part from Google AI Overview without their knowledge or permission, but it is public information. So I can do this and not be in any trouble. What does that mean? It means I Googled it because this is a much more professional, precise definition than I could have ever come up with. All right. This is important. So I want to make sure I get it right for you. The major advantages of type 2 divergence, it confirms trend strength. It shows where minor pullbacks do not interrupt trend. More value for entries versus random, and I'll show you on a chart what that looks like. Its idea for trend following. It allows traders of all abilities to trade the most likely major market moves in all markets. Again, this is from Google AI. Better entry timing. Type 2 divergence shows confirmation that the trend isn't fading and allows us to use smaller initial stops than normal trading. it increases our risk to reward dramatically. So the stuck in trading room insider secret to type 2. I think you'll agree that all of our success as day traders is determined exactly by the indicators we use for the trading edge. In our room, we have the advantage of using tools that were designed by master traders to develop master traders. This differs vastly from most services that have designed systems. This is not my information. This is leading industry experts for vending purposes and not specifically for trading. This gives us the edge that we need to succeed. And since we are a reality-based trading room, that's what we want for you as well. Now, your ability to use the tools will determine your individual success. I hear all the time. New members come in and they say, okay, I see what you're doing and I see that it works. I can't make myself do it. Okay. And that's a problem. And we address that pretty much every day in a room, how we have helped develop lots and lots and lots of successful traders due to the fact that I am a performance coach for almost 30 years, the last 20 years at a very high level with some of the top tour players of our generation. So that makes us uniquely qualified to know how exceptional people think, and they all think alike, how exceptional traders think, and how we can help not only pass that on to you, but help you develop and train yourself to become one. Okay. Now, everything we use has been developed, tested, traded, and refined by master trader and system developer Rob Mitchell. You've seen this for years now. Rob makes no secret that type 2 divergence and smart momentum is his key to the kingdom that created runaway success as a master day trader. Now, in this presentation, we're going to share how we use a combination of two powerful indicators to find entries that exploit other traders with precise entries and exact trade management, right? That has increased our our anticipated win percentage by over 50% to put both of these together with the same concept. Okay. Smart momentum is a momentum indicator that is unique in its design over other momentum indicators. It uses an adaptive algorithm that allows it to make more precise predictive entries than other momentum indicators. Members of our trading room understand when someone says, hey, smart momentum, or SMO, as we call it, SMO knows. Smart momentum is a tool that was developed to adapt to any market size and can stay reliable in even the largest of market moves. So the increased volatility in market moves, they don't get us on the wrong side of stuff because of the way we use what we have. Trap Trader Oscillator, I have a love affair with Trap Trader Oscillator. Y'all know that. It's an advanced order flow indicator that uses proprietary computations and order flow to help identify where areas of excess traders are trapped on the wrong side of market expansion. Let me give you a clue. That is the only way we're going to be successful, is to exploit traders that are trapped on the wrong side of the market, right? It's actually four indicators in one, and we use all four in our trading room for a 400% advantage over a single indication order flow read. In this market entry strategy, and it's super simple, because Rob spent 30 years perfecting this, we just get to go, wow, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to use extreme reading and order flow, advanced trend strength analysis that shows increased valuation for your interest. Now, this automatically improves your reward to risk. So let's get this out of the way. This chart is from Friday, December the 12th, 2025. 8 ticks for reversal, 4 ticks plus a wick for continuation. I've got some indicators that we're only going to use two for this. We have other stuff. We have other systems. Um, but this is sort of what Rob used to, this is the approach that Rob used to become a master trader. Let me get this over here. That's where I want it. And teasing you a little bit. And so here's a market entry. We're at 7:40. We're 10 minutes after the market opens. And all a type 2 is this. Smart momentum is at a higher relative position than it was on this bar, and structure is lower. Okay. That's, I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? So what it's saying is that in a downtrend, this is a lower high. Red bars are high, green bars are low. This is a lower high. We have lower highs and lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Lower high. Trap Trader Oscillator is saying we are overvalued. Smart Momentum is saying we have gone too far and haven't interrupted trend. Trap Trader Oscillator says we have gone a long way and haven't interrupted trend. We get a reversal and there's our entry, right? So now we're on market, sort in market open, and don't expect what we're going to see 30 minutes from now to happen now. That doesn't mean anything. It just means that this type of action is more likely to happen than maybe the second 30-minute period of the market. So here's another situation. Smart momentum is higher here. It automatically goes into a type 2 situation. Trap Trader Oscillator is higher, taking out the previous everything. And so we get a nice entry there. Okay. And that's it. That's all there is. That's all there is to it. I do want to bring this over and tell you how far in advance you can be for this. Let me show you this entry here that I'm getting ready to show you. But you see all these lines, they're telling us we're in a type 2 situation, right? I mean, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 bars, you know, uh, uh, before a possible entry into the market. So if you like that, we have that coded if you like that, and you can have, I mean, you can have advanced notice sometimes for several minutes, depending on how the market's moving. Okay. So we don't trade anything in the past, nor do we trade anything present. We're looking into the future. Do we have a sustained probability that being in a downtrend, red background, type 2, dotted line, entry here, do we have a reasonable expectation that we're going to rotate down? And of course, the answer is absolutely, right? And there it is. Now, I've got these little yellow marks. I probably had 20 people email about our in and out runaway success. And I said, okay, when when I do recaps, I'll mark some of them for you. So here we get a type 2, but we don't have we don't have this type. We don't have this taking out all of these. Trap Trader Oscillator plus Smart Momentum is giving us an entry here. Okay. Here we have an in and out at market edge. This is like crazy high, close to 90% for 5 points. Now, let's talk about that for a second while I'm looking for the next one. This may never win again. It may never lose again. This may never win again. It may never lose again. We don't know the future, right? We're not saying, hey, we know the future. 5 points on that in and out. We don't know if it'll ever win or ever lose. Okay. We're not saying, hey, come and we know the future and all of that. Compliance will not let us do that. So that's our story and we're sticking to it. Here we have type 2, deep cycle, uptrend. Okay. 19 ticks. We like 20. We like 5 point winners. That one went 19 ticks. So we were, whatever we did with it, we were managing a winner. So here we go, type 2, a lot of pending lines here. Another one, sort of back to back. Overvalued, overvalued, way overvalued, taking everything out. Way up here is better than way down here, right? Because it gets more momentum. This is showing, hey, we are extremely overcooked. We are extremely overcooked. We are in a strong downtrend. We know it's a strong downtrend because of this. So it gives us everything we need to know to exploit and take advantage of that. We did a structure. I may do that next weekend. We did a structure teaching on double tops, double bottoms, and how they lead to monster moves, and they do. And I've got an X here. I've got economic data released, and I'm not sure that's what it was, but you look down here, this thing just went crazy. And we're not going to mark anything when the market is what most humans would say untradeable. It's this stuff still works. For this presentation and what I'm going to show you the recap, I did not do Wednesday. Fed made a monetary policy announcement, and Fed Chair Powell spoke, and it was a monster day, but it was unrealistic because it was just all over the place. Pretty choppy early. I think we had 3 entries and they were all winners. That's just another in and out for 5 points. Up. So we had that crazy data. I've got this blue line to remind me, okay, we're 15 minutes. You can wait 10, you can wait 30. You don't have to wait any. We're not suggesting anything. We are not passive aggressive, right? We just show you facts. We show you scientifically proven facts, and you can decide if you want to take advantage of those or not. So it looks like we got a little early, right? Because this is like one of, I think, 2 losing entries on Friday, but it's everything that we would represent. It was just early, right? It was just early. When we got extremely overvalued and we got up against resistance, y'all have seen that. We get on support, proprietary algorithm, we hit support, we hit resistance. You know, and you can use that. We have members that use just that for a system, right? So type 2, absolutely. Type 2 divergence, absolutely. 15 tick stop, that's what we use because it's the most profitable. Keeps us in the trade. It would have turned into a winner. And you say, well, I would never do that. Then understand your results probably won't be quite as good. You know, here's one that may or may not be late. You can decide. You know, we get moves like this and continuations, but it's in the recap, right? Because it's a qualified signal, right? Uh, we work down, we have type 2, the first type 2 we have, and smart momentum, trap trader oscillators giving us this. We even have some of our very best master traders do this. It's just an additional. So they're in it. They like, this is where the runaway is. Science behind market expansion. If you've looked at that, you know that, right? Building, 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 breakout. And you know why. So, here's another type 2, nice winner. Congestion box, we don't have a signal in here, but if you follow that, science behind market expansion, when we break up out of this, our members are trading the long side, and you can too. You can too. So that should be part. We have an entry there. This is a reverse Batman. We've traded this. This is 90%, 90.2% for five, I think 90, right at 90% for 5 points with 15 tick stop over the last 3.5 years. So you can imagine how the members that trade that, how they've done. Here's a type 2, but we don't have the type 2 divergence. So while it's a really nice entry, it's not in this system. Understand the only thing we have shown you one entry system that you can add to your trading if you would like. Okay. This is crazy, and I'm going to show you why. It's real. It's spot on real. I'll promise you, because I started this yesterday, and I've gone over this chart like 4 times, right? Because I'm going to teach it to my members on Monday, and we're going to start trading it. So let's look at Friday, Thursday, Wednesday is the day we skipped because it was unrealistic. Tuesday, and I went ahead and put last Friday in to get 5 days in, right? That's enough for you to get a flavor of what's going on. So last Friday we had 1.3 million contracts. This Friday we had 3.5. So does it make sense that we're going to get like 3 times as many entries on this day as this day? Well, yeah. Does it make sense we're not going to get many on this day? Well, yeah. And so the number of entries progresses with the size of the range that was created. So when we look at, let's look at days first. When we look at this and we see like 17 trades. Yeah, why? Because there were, what's that number? 3.5 million contracts versus normal about 1.2 to 1.5, 1.2 to 1.5, right? So we look at 3 times the number of entries. You know, we're not this much better. Our system is, right? A profitable winning system is going to do this for you. Okay. And that's why we've worked 10 years putting these things together, 8 years for me, going on 8, starting my 8th year for our members. Okay. This is pretty cool. We have no drawdown with this. I think if we, look for 3 months, we would find a day or two that would have it, but we're not going to have much. Why is that? Because pretty much right off the bat, it's pretty reliable, right? And then we have pockets that it's like, oh, I would never do it there. And as we develop, as we trade this, learn the nuances and develop more, we'll have better indication. It's like, okay, when is this really good? And when might I want to take a break? Now, we offer that information to our members. I don't know anybody else that has that. And I don't know if that's important to you or not. I would hope that it would be. Um, but anyway, so if you have questions, shoot me an email, secondxtradingroom@gmail. If you want to come and take advantage of this, we're going to start Monday. Come and join us. There's a nice little coupon code here. If you have any trouble with that, send me an email. We'll make sure that you get that nice discount. But this is a real simple idea. Type 2 marked on a chart with smart momentum. Type 2 trap trader oscillator giving us the double whammy and over 50% more likely to be successful for us because we have both involved. Okay. So that's it for this. A little bit of a detailed look, something that's a little bit new for what you're used to from us. We appreciate you looking. We hope this helps your trading. If you come and join us, if you don't come and join us, we still hope it helps your trading. That's the goal. My goal from going out is, I want to help people enjoy the life that comes with having the resources that are afforded to winning traders. So, on behalf of World Cup trading champion Rob Mitchell and the ever-growing number, and I think you can see why, the ever-growing number of successful traders in the stock index trading room, on behalf of all of those wonderful people, this is Steve saying, happy trading, and I want you to choose to believe.